Done with the tutorial videos, and I could finally talk about myself and how I see whatever's happening, what ideas I have in my brain. I'm not that well of a speaker. I'm more better with visualizing and drawing things, so I'm gonna be using paint to help me out a little bit with the process. So I'll draw briefly what's in my head at the moment. So we got the stock NASCAR 2003 game. As you can see, I draw pretty well. I'm doing a voiceover right now. I'm actually not doing it live at the moment, so that's why my speech and the visuals might diverse a little bit. Anyway, so here we are, NASCAR 2003. This box right here represents a sealed unit, a sealed complete product or a game or whatever you want to call it, NASCAR 2003. That's a complete piece all by itself. That's how I see it at the moment. In that complete piece, we got three sections of physics. We got chassis, engine, and wheels. My mouse is fucking up a little bit. I'll have to get me a new one as well. So the chassis are gonna be a square box, engine is gonna be a hexagon, and wheels are gonna be round. So these are three sheets of physics that you're familiar with right now at the moment. Assuming they're all stock and they haven't been changed, they're still within the sealed box. As you can see, let me tap some green dots. This will represent stock values, stock numbers. We haven't messed with them. So all of those are already in the game. It's already sealed off. It's already pre-packaged. Now, all of those numbers still within the game are gonna go into the section which I call a hard code. By no means I'm a programmer or know anything about programming and stuff like that, you know, deeper computer stuff. So let's just call it hard code. I know what it is. I have no idea what goes on in there. I know they're trying to hide it and not let people look into it and blah blah blah. In my stupid head, I just call it X plus Y. Whatever, a bunch of math formulas. This is where my math level ends, right there. Hard code, X plus Y, it's all exactly the same things. I call it formulas. So the game takes all the stock numbers from whatever and it imports them into these formulas, and it's all within the game. It's all a sealed package on a CD or in a download. It has no human intervention as of right now. Then after it processes and does all the calculations, this is what I am assuming happens, it outputs it into your PC. Well, it's already in your PC. It outputs it on your screen. And let's say that we don't have anything plugged into the screen, like no keyboard or nothing. You're still gonna get the game, right? You won't be able to play it, but the game doesn't care. It will still project there a car. It is gonna calculate the track or whatever that you select with. But let's say that we're not driving. It still can do this step right here and calculate everything that we got at the moment. Then from there, let's say for this specific testing series, I am using a steering wheel. I do not accept any theory with the keyboard or controller, not just yet. I know not everybody got a steering wheel, but for editing the physics, I believe it's necessary. So in my videos, I'm just gonna refer it to as we're using a steering wheel at the moment. Then you got human hands, they're attaching the wheel. This might be different for different types of people. You know, you can have strong hands, you can have weak hands, so this is already different type of thing. And eventually there's a head that, you know, controls everything and perceives whatever that we're playing. If to summarize it, I'd say that this is step number 1, then hard code is number 2, this is number 3, then the steering wheel and the hands part is number 4, and the head of the guy right there, let me underline it, it's the end goal, it's the main purpose. I'm not counting as a step, it's just like the finish line right there. Now that we gotten through this process, I mean, if you have any questions or if you want to dispute this type of logic, please ask. I think this is what happens. I believe this is the structure for now for my logic in my head at the moment. Now let me talk about my priorities, like why I'm doing this and why this whole thing is happening. Number 1, it's get people excited about editing the physics. I don't know why there is no fuzz. I don't know why not that many people are doing it. This is literally, people been playing this game for 15 years and everybody enjoyed it, and now you got an option to edit and twist and mess with the physics and, you know, use this already awesome software, this already complete piece of NASCAR 2003, and get excited, get into editing things, you know, like This is my number one goal. I want to show you the potential and possibility. Number two is no lies and no bullshit, as you can see clearly in red. I'm not interested in lying to you. I'm not interested in any personal gains. I'm not interested in holding back the information. Anything I know, just ask me and I'll tell you. I'm gonna have some reference or somewhere, somewhat that I said that before, that I could be like, here, just go back there and you could see I said that before over there, and you could check and double check anything. I'm not interested in saying like, I don't remember or I don't know. That's not what I'm here for. Number three, I plain like doing this. I like editing physics. That makes me happy. I like creating something that's not there and then checking it out. That's almost as exciting to me as racing itself. That's what I'm doing it. I don't race that much. I just test the physics. I bought the steering wheel the moment I started messing with the physics, and I kind of went from there. Number four, this is my personal one. From here we're starting to get personal. This is not objective anymore, this is subjective. Grand National 1963, this is my favorite mod, my favorite types of cars in NASCAR so far. So I thought it would be great to see physics change or some kind of mod representing, you know, Grand National 1963. Also, if you compare the stock cars to the 1963 representation right there that I just drew, those were stock cars, 2003's professional race cars. What we got here is, in terms of how much stuff we can legally change between these two chassis and cars, is almost everything that we need. You see right there, I'm putting red dots and showing kind of like we're changing stuff. There's so much changes, so much is different between 1963 and a 2003 car that the potential of messing with the physics editor, trying to make it, is almost infinite. And then more other mods and ideas that I have. I'll make another video as a part of the series, like what mods I think are doable, what mods I think are out of reach and stuff like that. However, the chain process goes like this, from 1, 2, 3, 4 down to the person's head. Grand National 1963 is my primary objective. I'll make more videos on other mods that I think are possible. Let me refresh the page and we'll go for the second part of the video. Now give me a little break. Shut up, cat. Okay, I have to introduce some kind of theory or a concept that's called a reference. Anything in life, anything that you say or do, you could refer to something. This could be traced back or referenced back. I think when creating a mod, references are one of the most important things. Like, before we go any farther, this is literally how my head looks. It's a blank white sheet and it says a reference on it. So anything that you do or refer to, it has to have a reference. In my mod strategy, approach, or whatever, however you want to call it, I have my own little list of references that you could go down to and kind of scavenge information for your mod creating. And number one would be the real race car drivers. Whatever they say is the law. Whatever the real race cars are is the law. We are all trying to simulate how they feel, and we're trying to be them. We're trying to be the professional race car, NASCAR drivers, driving real NASCAR cars simulated. These two things are monolith. Whatever Brad Keselowski says is the law. Whatever Jimmy Johnson said about Texas track and how it feels is the law to me. The references to those things. Then in there, down the line, I got drivers' interviews, documentaries, you know, stuff about NASCAR, stuff about technical changes, all the info that you could find. That is very interesting as well, to kind of see what the other professionals from the field have to say and do about certain changes and things in race cars that were introduced. YouTube videos, of course, this is another one. I mean, I will take Brad Keselowski's word over the YouTube videos of him, but you know, this is pretty much the same thing. If you go to the racetrack yourself, if you look at those cars, if you watch those cars, if you hear them, that's another good point to say, kind of like, hey, I went to the racetrack, I heard them, I saw them that way, this is why I see this and this happening. Then other people might have their own opinions and reviews on the product, and I believe your own opinion is really the last one on the list. As you can see, I didn't put the numbers on the in order. I put a little star next to each one. It's up to you completely, guys, how you want to build your references or what you want to deal with. If we're talking, I want you to have few references at least. I want you to be like, I heard this and this, and that's why I did that and that. I saw that, and that's why I did this and this and that. Now we come to the conflict between numbers and how it feels. I know 2003 is an awesome game, and it's like pretty much the Bible for me to start with, you know. But then how much correction and how much realistic numbers you can input into the game before it stops or starts feeling like shit or it starts driving good. This is another area of testing. This is dispute that's been going on for quite a while for now. It's data versus the driving feel. If 100 or 1,000 people are happy with what you did, I believe, you know, this is another reference. You could reference this about 100 people or 1,000 people that did that. If Brett Keselowski mentioned something, you know, that's another references. Between these two things, data and numbers, I will make another video explaining more in theory. For now, I'm just drawing a frame. This is for those people that play Arma with me, Arma 3 character. Those that play Asylum Life know who that is. That's my favorite admin. Shout out to him right there. Yeah. For the numbers and driving feel, I will make another video, and I will talk more in detail about that. And we stop right here.